Good afternoon, guys. Am I audible?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll start with this today. I hope there are no doubts with respect to Postman. Everybody launch your Eclipse.
Done, ma'am.
Let me create a new project. Create a new project. New Maven project. Okay, so group ID. Let me just give it as SBIT. State 39. Okay, State 39 rest assured framework. Okay, so immediately I'll not start with rest assured. So there is a small concept left out, that is serialization and deserialization. So we'll complete that first. Okay, so can you tell me what is serialization?
Converting of one language into XML or JSON, ma'am. Maybe XML to Java based language.
Okay, serialization.
Java object into JSON or
Java object.
yes.
Correct, you have a Java object that you want to convert it into XML or JSON.
Yes,
In our example, I'll take it as JSON. Okay, so this process you call it as serialization. Converting back JSON to your Java object, you call it as deserialization. Okay, we'll do both the things practically. Okay, we'll do both practically. So please understand a concept. If you want to perform serialization now, what do you need? If you want to perform serialization, what do you need?
Parser.
First, I need a parser. Correct?
Jackson.
So I need a parser or a tool. Okay, I'll take it as a tool to perform serialization. So most popular one is Jackson. So this tool we are going to use. The tool name is Jackson Mapper. Okay, Jackson Mapper is the tool. Okay, you have added the tool. Now what you need to serialize? What you need to perform serialization? You got a tool now. Then what else you need? Think and tell me. I need to do serialization. So you said me we need parser to do. Okay, I have taken a parser now. Next, what I need?
We need that Java object that to be serialized to that other language.
Very good. We need Java object. Correct or not? Without Java object, can you perform serialization?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. What you will convert? When there is nothing, what you will convert? Correct, no? Now tell me, how do you take this Java object, or how do you write this Java object? Tell me, is there any logic? How you can use that? Which whatever you have written in that Java object has to be converted into JSON file. Okay, I'll take it as JSON file. How do you write it? Can I simply create a class and can I create an object of it? Do you think will it be converted? Tell me, will it be converted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so no doubt it will be converted, but to have a separate format, okay, when it comes to file, JSON file, we have so many data types. It might be array, it might be object, it might be array of objects, correct or not? So for that, there is a pattern in which you have create a Java object to feed it for serialization. Okay, let me repeat. There is a pattern to feed your Java object for serialization and deserialization. That Java pattern is called as Pojo class. Okay, Pojo class stands for plain old Java object. Okay, it is simple. It's a very simple Java object, but this is a Java design pattern used to perform serialization. It has certain rules, okay, just like your POM classes. POM is also a Java design pattern, okay. So, like that, Pojo is also a Java design pattern which has to be taken care when you are performing serialization. It's like it acts as a feed, okay, it acts as an input. Now, what these Pojo class says is, okay, first you create all the variables, okay, whatever the variables you need globally. Okay, you create all the variables globally, keep it ready. Whatever the data types you want, you can use. Okay. Second, create a constructor. Create a constructor to initialize. Step number 3, provide getters and setters to access these variables. Okay, whenever you are creating a Pojo class, these are the steps or rules you have to follow. A simple Pojo class means whatever the variables you want to convert it into file, declare everything globally. Okay, create a constructor, a simple constructor with fields so that it is going to initialize your values. Okay, when it is going to initialize the values, when it is going to initialize the values, whenever you create an object of it, okay, it's a parameterized constructor. I'll show you practically. So it's a parameterized constructor. Whenever you call the constructor or whenever you create the object of a class, so at that point of time, these variables which you have declared globally will get the value. So if you want to perform any actions, you want to read it, you want to retrieve it, use getters and setters. Okay, let us see. Let me show it to you. So now the question arises where you have to create that Pojo class. Okay, remember in my src slash main slash java, I'm going to create a new package. Package name, I'm just going to give it as, okay, practice Pojo, okay, for serialization and deserialization. Why I'm giving my package name in this fashion is because in when we are developing your framework also, we are going to have the library called as Pojo classes. So I don't want you to get confused between your actual framework related Pojo class and your practice related Pojo class. Okay, so keep it as a practice Pojo classes. Now observe. Let me create a new class. Class name is, let me take it as employee details. Okay, class name is employee details. Now tell me, how do you create Pojo class? Step number 1, declare all the variables globally. So your wish, declare any variable. I'm just taking an example. Okay, let me take it as string name. Just declare, don't initialize. Okay, int phone string employee ID. Okay, string email, then boolean is employed. Okay, so a couple of variables I have taken. Now, step number 2. These are just for practice purpose. Okay, so step number 2, I need to create a constructor to initialize the variables. Okay, how do you create a constructor? So right click, go to source. Okay, you have an option, generate constructor using fields. So it is going to give you a parameterized constructor and it is going to initialize it to the current value. Are you able to see? Okay, so super method is not needed because we don't have any super class here. So actually speaking, so suggestion should appear for everything. If it is not there, you just add it, because when you create an object, whatever the value you are going to give, that value has to be taken. Okay, that value has to be taken. So this is how you are initializing. This is your local variable and this is your global variable. Local variable is getting initialized with the global variable with the help of constructor. Okay, so step number 3. Okay, step number 3, provide getters and setters. So you will understand when we are going to use these getters and setters later. But as of now, make it as a rule and add it mandatorily. So just let me select all. So if you expand the get email, set email. Okay. And always remember, the return type of setters is always void. The return type of getters is the function. Okay, is the return type of your variable or the data type of your variable. Okay, so they might, in interviews they might ask you to write the Pojo class, so you should know what is the return type of getters and what, how do you write getter, how do you write a setter. Okay, so this is how you are going to design your Pojo class. Pojo class is a simple concept, okay, which is a Java design pattern. It helps you to create the Java object necessary for serialization. So what happens is, when you create an object of this class, okay, your constructor will be initialized and you are going to parameterize your constructor with all these details. Whatever the details you gave, that is going to be mapped with your global variables. These are the local variables, these are the global variables. Okay, so till this point, any doubts? Is it clear? Create a Pojo class, everybody. Okay, or else I'll finish serialization, then you can go it. Okay, so any doubts until now? How to create a Pojo class? Simple concept, right? Okay, three steps you remember. Declare all the variables globally. Okay, create a constructor, then provide getters and setters. Now let me go to MVN repository. Okay, let me go to MVN repository and search for, okay, Jackson mapper. Okay, so this is the second option is the actual mapper. So second option. So choose this version. This is a most stable version from 2013. Okay, 1.9.13. Copy it. Let me put it in the chat box as well. Okay, done. So let me come back. Let me go to pom.xml, create a tag for dependencies, paste it. So if you want, you can just add a comment also why you need it. Okay, this is used for serialization and deserialization. Okay, so usually very rare cases we are going to get chance for performing serialization or deserialization. So that is why I'm teaching you as an out of the framework question. So if you get a chance, you should know how to perform it. Okay, so observe, once my POM is saved, my Maven dependencies will be updated. So let me go here. Okay, so Pojo class I have already created. Now I need to write a program to convert this into JSON file. Okay, let me add one more dependency. Okay, let me add one more dependency, commons IO. Okay, it is a file based dependency which helps you to read all the files. Okay, so 2.11.0. This is a most stable version. Copy it. Let me give it to you in the chat box. Let me come back to my pom.xml. Okay, I have saved it. Now what I'm going to do, let me go to test/java and let me create a package. Okay, package name, I'll give it as serialization and deserialization. Okay, serialization and deserialization. Kindly create a separate package and keep it, because whenever you want to read or study with respect to serialization, you can come here and you can refer it. So it will be under one framework. Let me create a class. So first I'm performing serialization. Okay, so let me use testng. Okay, I'll use testng itself, I'll not go with main. So I'll add testng also. Choose 7.4.0. As of now it is pretty stable. Copy. Save it. So let me go to my project. It's a new project, there are no libraries added. So go to build path, add libraries, add testng. Okay, testng library will be added. So let me create a test script. Test public void serialization test. Observe. So whenever you are performing serialization, okay, let me give you some of the steps here also. Step number 1. First step is create an object of, okay, Pojo class. Okay, create an object of Pojo class in the sense there are only the variables in the Pojo class are only declared. So you provide values to it, you initialize them. Okay, after creating an object of Pojo class, step number 2, okay, create object of, okay, we have a class called as object mapper. Okay, class name is object mapper from Jackson mapper. Okay, create an object of it because we are going to utilize a method called as write value. Okay, let me tell you. Step number 3, call write value method and provide the file path. Okay, let us see. No hurry. Let us understand it. So first step, first let me create an object of Pojo class. How are you going to create an object of Pojo class? Employee details, reference variable is equal to new of employee details. He is asking me the parameters. Observe. First, it is asking me the name. Let me give the name. Then it is asking me the phone number. It's an integer. Let me give the phone number. Then, what else is there? I think all others are strings. Okay. So let me check out what else I have given. Employee ID and email. This is my employee ID and email. Let me give it as, okay, this is my email. And finally, is employed, true. It accepts only Boolean values. So I have given it as true. So these values will be mapped onto what? Your name, phone number, employee ID. So that's why whenever you create an object of your Pojo class, the order in which you give the variables should be same. Okay, the order which you give and the order in which you have created. Okay, this should be matching. Otherwise, it will throw you error. If at all, if both are accepting strings, that doesn't matter. But if there are any type mismatches, it will throw you an error. Okay, this is point number 1. How do you create an object of your Pojo class? So next what I have to do is I need to create an object of object mapper class. Observe, object mapper is a class present in your Jackson mapper dependency. Just create an object of it. Obj is equal to new of object mapper. Choose a non-argumented constructor. Create an object of it. So observe here, you have a JSON file. You have a Java object and you have a JSON file. Whatever that are present in your Java object, you have to copy it into your JSON file or you have to convert it into JSON file. The file is empty now. What operation you have to do? When the file is empty, if you are trying to add new data, we call that operation as write. So when you are performing serialization, you have to use a method called as write value. Okay. Similarly, read value when you're performing deserialization. Deserialization in the sense already there is a JSON file ready. From that, you are trying to read the value. So you are going to use a method called as read value. It's a key. Okay, because every method nobody will remember. You should have cues for everything. Okay. So observe how I'm going to give. Call your object mapper. Okay. Dot. You have a method called as write value. Okay. You have a method called as write value. Choose. Okay. It's an overloaded method. If you observe, there are so many options. So it is asking you file. Okay. The result file of type file and object. Which object you are planning to convert. So file, we don't have any files. We have to create a new file. Excuse me. Okay. So you have to create a new file. So let me create an object of file and create a path. How I'm going to give the path? Okay. Dot will directly come to the project. Okay. Will directly come to the project. And inside this project, okay, inside this project, where you have to go? Where you have to go? What you can do is, okay, what you can do is either you want to create any folder, you can create, or simply go here, go to properties. So, anyways, it is coming until the project. So, directly, okay, give dot, okay, double slash. Okay, if you are using backward slashes, double. If you are using forward slashes, single. Just give, okay, data, and the format you want is dot JSON. Okay, format you want is dot JSON. You have to specify the format. And what is the object you are going to pass here is EMP. Okay, the object whatever you are going to pass here is EMP. So what we are trying to do here, whatever the object that is your employee details, whatever you have created, that will be converted into JSON file and it will be stored in the name called as data.json in your file. Okay, the same thing I have given here also in the program. So whenever you are done, explain the file path again. Let me show it to you. Okay, choose the write value method of two arguments. One is your file, another one is your value. Why I'm using file is it is easy for us to read JSON file. Okay, it will be directly readily available in the file format. Okay, if you go to any output stream or anything, it will be very difficult for you. So choose a file format. Okay, file format. It is asking you the file. Okay, the return type of this result file is file. So we don't have any files here. What you have to do? Create a new file. Create a new file and provide the path. Okay, dot, because it has to be stored in your project itself. You can give either single forward slash or double backward slash. Provide the name. Let me take it as employee dot JSON. Any name, file name. EMP is your file name. Dot JSON is the extension. One more argument it is going to accept is object. That object is nothing but the reference of your Pojo class. So whatever you have written Java object in the Pojo class, that will be converted into a file called as EMP in the JSON format. Let me save it and let me run it. So test script says pass. Okay, what I'm going to do, Let me right click on the project. Let me refresh it. Are you able to see a .json file has been created? Okay, a .json file has been created. It is because of Eclipse that the visibility is in the form of a string. Okay, it is giving everything in a single line. It is not giving in order because of Eclipse. Okay, if you have maybe higher versions, it might display as it is. So it doesn't matter with respect to your plugin or anything. So it is with your Eclipse, everything is displayed in a single line. So this is how your object looks like. See, so whatever you have declared, keys will be always a string. So Chaitra is a string here, 1234 is an integer, all others are string. So is employed is a boolean. Okay, it is going to do the conversion. I did not have this JSON file. Okay, once after I serialize it, I have got it. Okay, for example, I'll make some changes. I will save it and I will rerun it. Okay, right click, refresh. So the file will be overwritten. Are you able to see here? File will be overwritten. So is it clear how to perform serialization? Okay, please try this. Please execute and analyze it. Later I'll show you how to perform deserialization. Try it. Once you are done, just let me know
Ma'am,
so that we can proceed further. Tell me.
ma'am, I have confusion in the step number second, that what object mapper object new of.
Object mapper is a class.
Written, ma'am, that create object from Jackson mapper, that one.
Jackson mapper is a dependency which you have added. It's a tool to perform serialization. From that mapper you download. I mean, see, object mapper you can get it from Java also, but I want you to import it from Jackson. See here, jackson.map. So that's why I have written from Jackson mapper. Okay, it's a class present in your Jackson mapper tool, which is going to have methods like read value, write value, basically to perform serialization. Okay, everybody try it. Once it is done, just let me know. We'll proceed.
Can you show the previous program, that previous part, employee details, Pojo class?
Ma'am,
Yeah, tell me.
ma'am, please open emp.json, which is employed, right? We have a value true for that.
Yeah.
But ma'am, the instance variable is employed. Open employee details.java.
Okay.
We have an instance variable boolean is employed.
Why it is
Line number
taking
10.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't observe it.
And ma'am, we are initializing the variables through constructor, right? We are
Yeah.
initializing the variables with constructor.
Correct.
So we don't need setters for it.
No, we don't need setters, but sometimes like when you want to initialize a variable, you can use it. It's like an optional. Getters and setters both are optional. So sometimes when doing deserialization, if you want to reinitialize, you can use. Okay, otherwise not needed.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm not sure why it is taking only employed. Okay, fine, no issues. We'll see what is the problem.
Ma'am, there is one more thing.
Me?
Yes, ma'am, please go to employee details.java. If you change the name of instance variable, for example, in line number 7, you change it to phone number, right? Phone number. You change the variable name to phone number.
I have to change it.
Yes, if you change it.
Obviously, it will not be identified.
Yes, then you yes, change everything everywhere in the program. And please run the program. Now please check. Hmm. It's not changing.
Update and try update the project and check it.
I have tried now.
It's not working.
No.
Maybe some glitches will be there. Okay. No, it's not updated. These are all glitches with your tool. Okay. Fine. Understand the concept at least. Completed, guys? Shall we go to deserialization?
No, ma'am, doing, ma'am.
Okay, do it.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm not able to open the file after execution. That emp1.json file. Like it is telling me to editor available on the marketplace. It is telling me to download some other file.
Okay, download it. Maybe when you install your Eclipse, that file might be missing or not present. That's why JSON files are not opening. So go with the suggestion.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Anybody else is facing the issues? .json file not opening. I think there is some option. Okay, go with the suggestion.
Hello, ma'am.
Tell me.
Yeah, ma'am. It got executed, ma'am.
Okay, good. Maybe that
And
plugin
the
or
yeah, ma'am. That plugin I have downloaded and it got executed. I'm like,
Okay.
we are doing that API testing, but this is the thing that only the thing which we are doing here is that we are converting the Java object to the that file.
Basic
So
file.
that won't be a mandatory thing to learn in API testing right now, ma'am.
No, not required. Why? Because this will be already converted. Okay, converted, and they are going to give you the objects. Okay, files. So
It
it's
is
like
like-
an additional information.
Yeah, in future if something happens, then we can handle this all things.
Yes. So you yourself can try it out instead of going for any developer. You yourself can try it out.
Got it.
And interview perspective, maybe 1 in 10 interviews might ask, write a program for serialization. Okay. Okay. If everybody are done with serialization, let me create a different class. Okay. So class name, let me give it as deserialization. So as we know, deserialization means you already have a JSON file now, whatever you have converted into a JSON file. That JSON file I'm going to convert back to Java object. When I'm telling convert back to Java object, it will not create a separate object or a separate class for you. Okay, it is going to provide you the access, okay, using getters and setters. Observe. Let me create a test method. Let me write few steps. Step number 1. What do you have to do? Create object of object mapper. Okay. Create object of object mapper. Step number 2. Read value from object mapper class. Okay. Let me start the coding. So let me create an object of object mapper. Obj is equal to new of object mapper. Okay, this step remains same. So now observe. I'll call the reference of object mapper and I'll call a method read value. Okay, lot of options are there. Okay, so you are going to choose source file, okay, and class value type. Okay, source file and class value type. So here you have to load the file path. So let me create a file path name. So what is the path name you have to give? Okay, whichever data you are planning to convert. Okay, any .json file format you can give it. So let me copy the path. I have put a dot, okay, so that it will come up to project. After project, it has to go to emp.json. Okay, emp.json. So after providing the file location, which file you want to convert, so you can also give the class name of your Pojo. Okay, so it is going to accept the dot class file. So you should give the class which you are planning to negotiate here. Okay, for deserialization. So let me just add the throws and let me just store it in a variable. So the return type of this variable will be employee details because I'm using the class name of it. Now let me give step number 3. Access the value using reference Okay, like, let me just print emp dot. Are you able to see here? Getters. Okay, if you want to get an email ID, it is going to print. Or okay, let me use set name. So let me pass the name as estet. Okay, one second. I think it is going to return me the value, right? It's going to return me null. So if you want to set it, you can set it. Okay, it's going to do the recorrection. So let me save, let me run it. Okay, observe what is the error you are getting. It's telling you no suitable constructor found. When it is deserializing, what happens? It is again going to the class, okay, your employee details.java. It is again going to the class, but in this class, there is only one constructor. That constructor is already utilized. Okay, you have already utilized it. So there is no constructor for it to perform initialization. So what you can do is just create an empty constructor. Okay, just create an empty constructor only for deserialization purpose. Okay, let me run it. See, whatever the value I'm trying to check, it is being updated, or I'm using a getter, so it is going to return me. And I have also used setter. Okay, so as and when I run this program, it should be set. So maybe I need to serialize this again. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can set it, but I don't think it will be visible in your JSON files. So again, you have to go with serialization. Okay, so this is how your deserialization works. Create an object of object mapper. Read value is the method, because you have already created a file. Through that file, you are trying to read it, and you have to load the Java class associated with that. The file extension should be dot class. Using that, with the help of getters and setters, you can able to access these variables. Okay, so please try this.
Ma'am, also fair. Ma'am, I'm
Then-
getting a problem in ma'am serialization, ma'am.
What is the problem?
Ma'am, in the program of serialization, I'm getting a error regarding constructor, ma'am.
For serialization, check out whether type mismatch you would
Yes,
have done. Okay, while loading the data, name, phone number, the order should be same. Type mismatch you would have done. Check it out. While creating an object, you would have missed here and there. Share your screen.
Here I'm getting a problem.
Point
regarding
then. What is the issue he's telling? See, I told you, no. Some extra variable you have used, which is undefined.
Ma'am, I have used 5 variables. Name, phone, email ID.
Ma'am, I
Save it.
think employee ID and email is a little bit exchange position in that
But both are
serialization.
both are string only. Yeah, that is also a point. Okay, save it. Now go back to your serialization. Gone, no? You had not saved, it was taking this value.
Okay.
Okay, try it, guys.
Hello, ma'am.
Yusuf?
Ma'am, what you have done in the step third, ma'am, system.get email, and after that you have set the name SDAT.
You can use setter also, but it is not going to display you because we are not giving the file, right? So here it is going to return you the string, so you can print it, but here it is going to return you the void, so you cannot use look at it, but you can set it.
Ma'am, in print, I will get the email ID, na, ma'am, which I have form in the serialization.
Hmm.
Ma'am, but I'm not getting
Getters
that.
is going to return
I
you
have,
the data type. Setters is going to return you the void. Check out any grammatical programming mistakes you have done. Instead of date, you have used set. Check it out. Done, guys. Take down the task for the day. So here I have shown you simple objects. Try to serialize and deserialize complex objects. Create separate Pojo class for everything. Okay, you can use array, you can use object. Okay, try to create complex, Pojo classes. Pojo class and try to serialize it. Simple. If you want to create array, you declare integer array or string array here. If you want to create an object and try. Okay. And if you refer the Git location I have given here, okay, this is a document. I have given my Git location where the serialization and deserialization program is present. So you can just have a look at it. I have given little more on complex data type also. So just do it on your own. If you get any doubts, you can just look at it. Okay, so fine. I think I have already shared this document with you. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we are going to start with REST assured. So tomorrow we are going to start with the introduction, class diagram, and CRUD operations. We are going to start. Okay. So fine, guys. We'll catch up tomorrow. Thank you.